George is promising us wins of winter. He said he knows we want it, and he's gonna give it to us. So Mondays are traditionally terrible, or so we're told every Monday by people that love to bitch. But this Monday actually was pretty good, because George went to his website to make an announcement that is hard not to get hyped over. So on his website, he started off by talking about the success of Fire and Blood and how much he appreciated his fans' support of his work, which was actually really touching. So here is the important stuff. He wrote, "And most of all, my thanks go out to my fans and readers. I know you want wins, and I'm going to give it to you. But I am delighted that you stayed with me for this one as well. Your patience and unflagging support means the world to me." Which I'm so happy he received so much love during his Fire and Blood premiere events, especially that guy that wrote a comment to let him know how much we love and support him. George is the type of guy that thrives with positivity and encouragement, and he wilts when there's negativity and criticism. So he really needed the boost from those events and to see how much we care about him, and that the people that give an elderly man death threats because he hasn't released a book they want are psychos and the minority of his fan base. And generally, I found those people are newer to the series. They haven't waited as long as the other people that are a lot more fucking chill about it. Like, yeah, we've been waiting for his books for a while. It's okay, dude. Just pick up a different series and come back to it. It's not a big fucking deal. George further wrote, "Enjoy the read. Me, I'm back in my fortress of solitude, and back in Westeros. It won't be tomorrow, and it won't be next week, but you will get the end of A Song of Ice and Fire. Meanwhile, you have the final season of Game of Thrones coming, and the new show that is not yet officially called The Long Night being cast, and a couple more shows still being scripted, and a few other cool things in the works as well. Winter is not the only thing that is coming." First, George, winter isn't the only thing that's coming. Come on. I'm not the only one that took that in a sexual way, right? I mean, I know he didn't mean it to sound like that, but...
Phrasing. Shut up!
Are we still doing phrasing? Yeah, we're still doing phrasing. But what is important here is he didn't just say wins. He said we'll get the end of A Song of Ice and Fire, which means he's just not hopeful for wins, but a dream of spring as well. That's huge. It really feels like writing Fire and Blood Volume 1 put a new spring in his step. If you followed a lot of his interviews, he even talked about how he felt a sense of accomplishment and started living and breathing Westeros again. So maybe this book helped him overcome his writer's block or slump or whatever was going on with him. Now, I have to say, I always worry when George makes promises because they a lot of times fall through, but the fact he's this excited means he's probably super close. Or thinks he's super close. Which he has thought before, honestly. But this is definitely a much more positive and happy side of him. Based on this post and other interviews he's been doing, it seems likely we may get Winds of Winter in 2019. Just don't hold your breath about it, but if we look at the past 3 weeks, it's seeming more and more likely. And damn George and his constant hinting at more Game of Thrones prequel spin-offs he's excited about. He is a dirty tease. I really want to know what those other shows will be about. So glorious. Okay, so let's just keep supporting that wonderful man, keeping him positive, and we might just get wins next year.